Tonight on 60 Minutes, we are going to be discussing welding hazards and safety in the workshop.
In general, it is the responsibility of the employer to identify any hazards that are to be found in the working environment and to provide the workers with adequate protection. There are no second chances when it comes to your eyes or lungs. Many welding and cutting procedures emit dangerous light radiation. The most common eye injuries from UVR/IR radiation are retinal burns and flash burns to the cornea. These high-intensity light injuries are preventable when the proper protection is worn and used accordingly. After you find your ideal eye and face protection, you can still be exposed to the headaches, sore throats, and the general fatigue that only seems to lessen when you're on a holiday. All welding fumes contain pollutants, and the injuries they cause are insidious. Often illnesses due to welding fumes take many weeks, months, and sometimes years to become apparent. Immediate symptoms from the exposure to welding fumes are eye and skin irritation, nausea, headaches, dizziness, and a metal fume fever. It is widely known that welding is a dangerous profession. There are so many things that could go wrong and result in serious injury. Welding hazards are one of the leading causes of injuries on construction sites. Most welding accidents could have been prevented if the person that got injured had taken the time to follow the correct welding safety precautions.
If your job requires that you do some welding, it is important to make sure you are wearing the proper protective safety gear. Failing to wear the correct safety gear could result in serious injury or death. In order to protect yourself from welding hazards, you should always wear these items: safety glasses, face shield, leather apron, flame-resistant overalls, hard hat, steel-tip work boots, and arm and thigh protective sleeves.
How do you protect yourself from hazardous gases and fumes?
Several different gases are released during the welding process. Harmful gases can be released from the materials that are being welded, or even the paint and protective covering that is on it. Exposure to these metal fumes has been known to cause flu-like symptoms, such as fever, body ache, sore chest, coughing, wheezing, and nausea. The best way to avoid inhaling these toxic chemicals is to wear protective covers by making sure your mouth and nose is properly covered. It will reduce the risk of injury due to the hazardous gas and fumes that are out there.
How do you lift welding materials?
Just like so many other jobs, lifting is a major welding hazard. Some of the metals that require welding can be very heavy. It is always a good idea to follow the proper lifting safety procedures. Always bend your knees when lifting, and never try to lift something too heavy by yourself. You can always get someone
How do you
to help
protect yourself from loud noises in the workshop?
Constant exposure to loud noises can permanently damage your hearing. OSHA requires that all employers must test for noise levels to determine the threat it may cause. The easiest way to prevent hearing loss or other noise-related injuries is to make sure all employees are using OSHA approved hearing protection.
Thank you for watching. We hope to see you next time on 60 Minutes.